How did you feel when you got the call to say you were on the main card?
Yeah, I was absolutely chuffed. Yeah, it was brilliant. Obviously, unfortunately, with Peter Roy, it's unfortunate, but yeah, delighted with the opportunity, and it was great to be back on the, the feature prelim again. But it was great to get the main card.
Does it change anything at all for you fight week?
No, it doesn't change anything. It just, as long as I know when I'm fighting, I swing bout before, and now here I am in the main card, so it's great.
You have to talk about that fight in November. I think your comeback in that fight really ignited the crowd inside there. What were your thoughts afterwards?
Yeah, it was just it was a great night, to be honest. It was great to get the win over such a good opponent. I didn't know I was losing the scorecards, and I don't think he did either, to be honest, because in the last round, if he thought he was winning, I think he would have played it safe when I was on his back, but he was trying to get out. So I think he thought he was losing. I thought he was 2 rounds up, first round, and winning the third. So yeah, because I think he thought he was losing, he was trying to get out, and that's obviously opened up the finish then. So obviously it went my way, so thank God.
You've obviously been in this quite a long time, but have you noticed since that fight, you've got a bigger profile, people recognise you a bit more, anything's changed at all?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I think I was able to show me character in that fight, on the big stage. I had me tough amateur fights against tough lads as well, some of them good pros now as well, and I had me wars, type of way, so I was able to show on that stage, against a tough lad under the circumstances, yeah, it was great to show it, to be honest.
A great way to kick off 2022 on the main card in Dublin. What are your plans for this year, Demo?
Just be active. I'd love to get 3 fights this year, February, summer, and then obviously I don't know if they're coming back before the end of the year, but it'd be great to, so I'd like it just an active 2022,
Hi Ciaran, I was speaking to Will Fleury during the week, and he was kind of saying to us that you're one of the most underrated guys in the gym, and that people aren't talking about you enough, and there's lots of hype for lots of other people, but you're not getting enough. Is that something that you feel as well?
To be honest, it is the truth, probably, but I don't really think about it too much. To be honest, I like that. It's I don't really like when it's too much on me, I'm more of an introvert, the way I'd like to. I don't like as bizarre as it is, this is tough for me, and not that it's tough, but I don't like that, if that makes sense, So yeah, I mean, probably is the truth, but it doesn't bother me too much, yeah.
What way would you say your skill set stacks up against maybe the rest of the division? Obviously, you're very new, and everyone sees your skill set because you've had so many tough fights. But maybe because of those tough fights, you've had to tough through it. So maybe sometimes people can confuse tough with skillful. Is that something you have felt because of those tough fights you've had in the tough matchmaking?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I had tough fights, as you said. I didn't get the easy right, definitely. And yeah, but I suppose my skill set would be, just again, it's like you can watch me and it doesn't look marvellous, or whatever you can think about it. But it's only till you're in there, and I think it'll be the same on Friday. And yeah, it's just I put a pressure on guys and bring a pace, and I dictate, so I just bring them into my world, and they're reacting to me. But yeah, I suppose because of the tough fights, obviously it's hard to it's not all rosy, you know what I mean? So.
And your fight on Friday, your opponent, I've watched a couple of these fights, he's very, very good, obviously good few knockouts, and double the experience that you have inside the cage as well. Another tough fight, I suppose, but is that, you want tough fights, I assume. Do you think he's the type of guy that maybe you can show more of that skill set? You'll always be able to show the toughness, everyone that sends in there does, but do you think he's the guy you can show more of the skill set against?
Yeah, big time, definitely. I mean, it's another tough fight. He's 7-2, as you said, this will be his 10th, this will be my 5th, so twice as many fights. I think I'm probably more experienced because I don't know much about his amateur, but I'm doing it a long time. I stayed amateur for over 20 fights, and I think I'll have that on him, But yeah, he's a tough lad, and I'm looking to show more of my skill set. I've been improving big time since the last one. I know it wasn't that long, but I knew I needed to work on, and I'm looking forward to. He's obviously going to be coming in here. There's a Bellator Paris coming up. He's going to come in. He's going to go for it. You know what I mean? It's going to be a tough fight, so. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the challenge,
Last one for me. You've spoken to us before about where you're from, and representing where you're from, and obviously it's been a tough time for the town and everything like that. For you to be on the main card in this big spot, representing, where you come from, how much does that mean to you?
It's everything, it's massive. As I said, I started this, just myself and my brother there, just two of us fell in love with the sport, and is it, you know, we all get into these things for, you know, ourselves, you know. Next minute here, people telling you, oh, you're an inspiration for the town, you're doing the town proud, and, you know, young kids are looking up to you and you're an example, and it's mental, like, you know what I mean. And it's I suppose I'm carrying that now, you know, so I'm very proud where I'm from, Drogheda, and yeah, I'm looking forward to representing them well now on Friday.
Okay. Thanks, Ciaran.
Thanks,
I have
Sean.
one on the Zoom here. Adam, go ahead.
Hey Ciaran, thanks for the time here. Obviously going in against a fairly experienced opponent here. Just wondering if you can give us a little bit of a preview of what to expect. Expect this to be a 3-round war, or are you looking to go in and get things done early?
Yeah, I definitely want an easy one since the last one anyway. I think it's going to be back and forth, you know. I think he'll you know, he'll bring on the grappling. I think he won't he'll try to engage, I think, when we clinch up, but I think he'll try grappling me even, you know. So I think it's going to be a mixed martial arts fight. It's going to be, you know, both of us showing our skills, but obviously I think I can exploit where he I'm stronger, you know, so I'm looking forward to it.
Great, and to expand upon that a little bit further, anything in particular you're working on in the gym that we might be able to see on Friday night?
Yeah, just with the stand-up, I felt I had like the range, you know, I felt comfortable in that range, and I just, like the last fight, whereas it was in that kind of danger zone where I was getting caught, but like I wasn't like letting go of myself, you know, so I just want to get comfortable in there and, like, you know, make it easier, if that makes sense, you know, like land the shots and not be a little bit trigger shy. And, you know, I know the last guy, Jordan, was dangerous, so maybe that was a little bit of it, but like I could have made it a lot easier in the feet, you know. I could have been competitive, you know. So yeah, I've been working on things like that, and obviously looking at my last fight, they scored a lot in damage, you know. Obviously said I was losing the scorecard, so, but I think that was down to the damage. So when I get into the positions now, I'm going to be thinking about that, you know. I'm going to be trying to land the big shots, and again, that opens up the positions, you know, for the finish. So just working on these things. I didn't have a lot of time, but I definitely did, you know, I took a week off, straight back into the gym and trying to get better, you know, for this one.
Ciaran, FM 104, go ahead.
Ciaran, how are you? We spoke very after your last fight, and you were very optimistic and said, look, I want to fight on the main card. How disappointed were you when Bellator were coming back and you weren't on the main card originally?
I tell you what, actually, I got a bit mixed up. Like, people got mixed up the last time. What was, they had a chance the last time there was a fight pulled, and they bumped up something to the prelims, you know. So I thought, like, I was the feature prelim. It made sense for me to be bumped up. So I didn't. It was just more that night, you know. I be first fight of the night, you know. It doesn't matter. I fought in front of nobody. I fought in front of my hometown at 12 o'clock at night, and in front of all my friends and family. So it doesn't really matter to me, you know. But it was just the last one. I thought it would have made sense to bump me up, but I mean, here I am. It's not as if I was screaming, I want main card. It was nothing like that. It was just I thought it would have made more sense the last time if they would have bumped anyone up to the main card. It would have been me, but here I am now. It's unreal, you know.
How did you feel then? Bring us back to the call that you got. Look, you're going to be on the main card, and I mean, I think you're third last, so I mean, it's kind of co-main event status nearly. Yeah,
it's deadly. I couldn't believe it, to be honest. I didn't even know. I didn't even know I was actually on the media day here. I was supposed to be on the media for even though I was on the prelims, but I was thinking that to explain the emails. Some of the emails were different from the last time, you know. But yeah, no, when I was told, I was delighted, and appreciate Bellator for the opportunity, and I'm looking to take advantage of it now on Friday.
Best of luck, Ciaran. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, thanks for your time. All set.
Thanks, lads.
Recording